Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host is Superman, and he's in the house, and he's rearing to go for 2026. And of course, Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm sure just about everybody has had their Happy New Year moment. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying the day. 2026, we've got green candles on PulseChain. They might be modest, but they're green, so that's cool. And, yeah, let's see some action this year, 2026, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, we got Hexcavator in nice and early. So, folks, good to see you. And definitely like and share. Yeah, take a moment to hit the subscribe button on the way in. And, of course, we're going to talk about X sharing the show as well. That is the link to the show on X. Don't forget to hit the repost. Take a moment to do that. Helps a lot. And, yeah, good times, good times. Orez in the house there. Got the fires. I like that. Got the fires. Very, very cool. Now, what are we going to do here? We're going to jump into the show. Actually, we're going to do something a little different today to kick off 2026. So let's get into it. Yeah, don't forget to share the show. Let's kick off into it. So if you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, if you go to the video description on YouTube, or if you go onto X, you'll be able to see Strategy Club at the top. So join Strategy Club now, and you can join up. So that's just over $1 a day. It's a private club in the Discord. You get all the benefits of the Discord, including help desk and everything else like that. But you get constant intel flowing every day. And so it's pretty cool. On crypto, what else I would say? We have great discussions as well about strategy and stuff like that. And we've pretty much covered just about everything on PulseChain for the most part. So, yeah, it's a great place to be. We got some pretty cool people in the club as well, TA gurus and all that sort of stuff. So well worth joining up there. So Strategy Club, go through the Whoop store. And if you hit that link, it's going to go to the shop on Whoop, and you can click on the Strategy Club. There's a number of other products and offerings on there, including Crypto Course for Beginners at $75, and of course the Crypto Show as well. That's the basics there, and one-on-one sessions with Superman. But the main one is the Strategy Club, $35 a month, just over $1 a day. Well worth joining up. So join up today on that. Just click on there and join now. All right, so that is the Strategy Club. All right, let's get into the crypto line here and go for gold, shall we? All right, so let's see where we're at the markets. We've got crypto market cap at overall 3.08 trillion. We're up 1%, guys, so that's a good start to the new year. What else we got? We've got Bitcoin at the moment at 88,459, up almost 1%. We're just going to round it to 1%. And then we've got Ethereum at number 2, up 0.5%, $2,989. So it's just still sneaking in under that $3,000 resistance. We got BNB as down 0.4%, $861. Number 5 is XRP, down 1.5%. Number 5 and number 7 is Solana, down actually up. Did I say XRP is up 1.5%? I should say. Solana is up 0.5%. Tron at number 8 is up 0.7% at 28.5 cents. Doge there at number 10 is up pretty dramatic today, up 7.8% at 12.6 cents. Those are our top 10 at the moment. Let's have a look at the best performer, I guess, is Doge up 7.8%. Best performer over the last week has been BNB, is it? I think it's BNB, guys. So BNB, best performer over the last week, up 2.6%. Looking at the top 100, we got Canton, that's ranked number 32 overall. That's the best performer, up 54%. Pepe, number 57, is up 19.4%. We got number 92 is Filecoin. It's up 18%. Zcash at number 23, up 18.5%. And Leo, which is the number 22 rank, is up 16%. So those are our top 5 performers over the last week in the majors, as we say. Let's go to the top 1,000. We've got Palladium Network. Palladium, maybe people might say Palladium Network, Marinade, and AMP. Those are trending right now, or top gainers, I should say, in the top 1,000. Trending overall is Lighter, Pepe, and Pudgy Penguin. So we've got 2 meme coins there trending at the moment. So those are the marks there. Good to see Mana Token in the house there. liking those dandelions. Is it dandelions? No, sunflowers. Sunflowers are dandelions. Sunflowers, nice, looking good there. It's a test of my flower knowledge. flower typology, topology, or something like that. All right, so that is where we are with the old markets. Let's jump into the old Bitcoin, and we might move for that. So let's jump into the old Bitcoin and have a look at the chart. So we got $88,361 on Coinbase. The moving average, the 50 EMA, is at 65,708 on the yellow line. So this is the monthly average. So we're still looking pretty good, guys. Getting ready for that big move, I guess, to attack 150 Bitcoin and move on to 250. So what we're going to have in 2026 looks going to look pretty good. So that is the Bitcoin chart right now. Let's look at the daily. And of course, we're playing at that death cross. Yeah, the death cross has been playing out since the 16th of November, but we've been in a nice consolidation zone here. In fact, it's been tightening up a little bit, hasn't it, over the last week or two? And of course, let's see if we can get an upturn there, leading in past probably the 10th of January is what we're expecting there. So maybe just continue there, maybe creep up a little bit. Also, tax harvesting, would have finished, right? So tax harvesting would have finished, and so hopefully game on. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum on the monthly chart, $2,984. The 50-month moving average is $2,554. So it's just sitting there quite nicely as well. You can see in the chart, pretty much flatter observation compared to Bitcoin, but probably going to have a bigger move, right? Bigger move, especially with all the strategic ETH funds buying everything up. Now, what have we seen? We'll talk about that in a minute, actually. Let's talk about it now. So we've got a nice little consolidation there. We had the death cross there on the 25th of November. So that was about 9 days later than Bitcoin. And it was still looking pretty similar sort of consolidation zone and just below 3K. So, yeah, obviously Tom Lee and a few others have been buying up Ethereum, continuing to buy. So we'll get more updates on that probably pretty soon. And that's just been delayed because of the holiday period. And then we also saw Bitmine start staking, right? So I think they've done over $1 billion has gone into staking. So they're going to start earning that sweet yield. So, yeah, I think if they stake it all, 4.07 million, it's something like $200 million a year. So pretty tasty. And so they also put out a new, in the analytical reports, put out new MNAV targets for 26, I think, and 27. I think that's, and maybe further. So MNAV targets kind of the premium above their asset of holding Ethereum, and based on revenue and volume and turnover and things like that. So that is out and about at the moment. People are just holding on to the old BMNR, Bitcoin Immersion stock, and they'll have to just hold. Hey, that's just hodl, and that thing's going to go to moon. It's going to go to moon. So pretty cool. That's kind of where we are with the old Ethereum. Supply, of course, we've well over 4 million, I think 4.5 million or so is taken off the exchanges. It's just a matter of time, and 2026 looks like it's that time that we're going to have quite the move in the old Ethereum price. And of course, early first quarter, Tom Lee's expecting possibly to rally all the way to 7 to 9K on Ethereum. That's pretty aggressive, but that's what we see in crypto. Right? It all happens pretty quick. And then perhaps top of the cycle, 20K Ethereum. So that's kind of where Ethereum might be heading. Now, longer term, maybe over a 10-year period or earlier than that, we could get the network revaluation at 60K. And that would, of course, Bitcoin would be way higher, right? $1 million or something like that. So that is where we are. That's where we are on the markets. Looking at the returns for the end of the year, I think these are pretty much the end. So December there, negative 2.97 on Bitcoin is where we ended up. So 3 negative months for the old Bitcoin. And Ethereum there, negative 0.65. So not too bad, almost flat, but down slightly, not as bad as last year, down 10%. However, we've had 4 months of negative returns, and you can see that this has been one of the worst years. In fact, probably the second to worst year, if it looks at, or maybe third to worst year in the markets there. I think someone was saying it was the worst, but I guess you'd have to take the base to the pullback there. But it's been quite a negative year with a couple of good months in May and July and August. So let's see what happens in the first quarter of this year. We've already got January showing up at 0.5% positive. So we've got little green candles there for January I just saw there. So that's not too bad. Let's go back to Bitcoin, see whether that's popping up. Oh, it's just popped up. Did that just happen while we were doing the live stream here, guys? I think that just happened while we were just in the last couple of minutes. How about that? That's pretty funny. And I don't think that was there before. Up 0.75% for January. There we go. So wow, that's pretty funny. So we're up 2/3 of percent for Bitcoin, and we're up. What do we say for Ethereum? We're up 0.5%, just over 0.5% at the moment for January. New year, guys. New year. You can see it. Pretty awesome. All right, so that is pretty much it on the old crypto majors. So yeah, we're heading, of course, here in New Zealand, it's the 2nd of January now. It's 11:40 a.m. We're already in day 2. Time races. The other thing with time is that every decade that you get older, time goes faster and faster every time. I don't know what it must be like when you're like 80 or 90, but it must be almost like 1 month, 2 months. The year must feel like a month or two. Oh, damn, that's another year went past there, Johnny. Yes, it did, Marshy. I don't know, whatever. Putting the wrong voices on. But bang, PulseChain gang. We got Frank White in the house. Good to see you, Frank White. Yeah, so pretty crazy stuff. All right, let's get into PulseChain, shall we? Can we deliver you green candles today? I think we can. I think we can do it. So PulseChain, as you guys may or may not know, launched on the 13th of May, 2023. It was 965 days ago. We're slowly creeping up to the big 1,000, the millennium, or whatever, 1,000 years that's coming up. And yeah, so we've got 35 days to go, countdown, which is essentially February, right? So early February. So pretty crazy. So let's get into the charts without further ado. PulseChain, the full system state copy of Ethereum on the 10th of May. So it was a couple of days earlier, 2023. And we've got Pulse at the moment. Quadruple 0135 is up 5%. So it's a modest gain. We'll take that because remember, coming off a very low floor, right? Very low floor, 5%. We're still sitting around 13% of the mean sacrifice price. PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0113, up 5% as well. Pretty similar numbers there. The ratio for Pulse to 1 PulseX is 1:19. So let's say 1 to 1.2. If you're going to, if it's the reversed, if you're going to inverse that, then 1 PulseX will buy 0.84 Pulse at the moment. So still pretty strong. Remember, inflation Pulse is inflationary through EIP 1559, even though it's 25% better than Ethereum. We've just had such low volumes, and you need decent volumes to get that deflation happening. PulseX at the moment is completely deflationary, so the buy and burn just keeps going, and we're 8.33% based on GoPulse numbers. Although I have noted that they've been moving around a little bit there. Ink token at the moment 60 cents. That bad boy. 4.89% increase today, and we've got Hex at the moment on PulseChain up 10.4%. So Hex is the big mover. Hex is way underpriced. This looks terribly unpriced. Now we're at 2400th of a penny for PHEX, I should say. EHEX at the moment is at 0.0088, and it was below 8 yesterday. Remember, it was 7.9 or something. So that's pretty crazy. You can get so much EHEX right now. And combined price of EHEX and PX. So Hex on PulseChain, Hex on Ethereum is 30. Let's just round up 3,300th of a penny. 3,300th of a penny. So that's pretty crazy stuff. So it's at 1/3 of a penny. They stopped pennies. Remember last year? Pennies was the end of pennies last year in the United States. Apparently, the old pennies didn't have silver in them. They had more silver. The value of the silver in the pennies was more than the pennies. Something 3 times more. Was it? I can't remember now. It was something like that. Gas prices, we've got 258,000 beats, so still pretty low, a bit higher than normal, but still pretty low. 1/10 of a penny for a PulseX swap. Validators, 52,024. That popped briefly a couple of days ago below 52,000, but it's just creeped up a little bit. That looks pretty similar to yesterday, maybe slightly higher. And the bridge values, so we've got that 77. So we're up, guys. We're up almost 77.2. And if we compare that to my snapshot, which is the 19th of December, we're at 77.4. So we've still got a bit of room to make up there. Almost probably about 160K to catch up on the 19th of December. But there we go. That is the numbers there. Let's have a look at the chart here for PulseChain. And let's zoom in on this one. And we can see full chart. This is the daily chart, and we've got a green candle, as we said earlier, 5%. We're currently at 4 zeros, 1352. We bottomed out down here at what was yesterday? Will yesterday be the all-time low there for the old tax harvesting and the rest of it? We got down to 4 zeros, 12.55, guys. It's a new all-time low for Pulse. 4 zeros, 12.55, and we're up at 4 zeros, 13.52. So there we go. It's almost like I'm talking about ancient history or something. And that's up 9% based on that. So there we go. That is the mark there. We are bouncing off the RSI on the daily as well. We were oversold yesterday at 29. We're back up at 33. Let's go to the weekly candle, shall we? Let's go to the 4 hourly, see how much room we've got to move. Got a lot of room to move, so we could continue to rally up here. The other positive thing on the 4 hourly is that we've got the 9 moving average moving up towards the 21 a day. So 21 days in purple. We've got the 9 moving average moving up there. So we could see an extended rally here. So keep a lookout for that. We've got room in the RSI for it on the 4 hour. The daily, obviously got plenty of room. We're right at the bottom there, right at the bottom. So keep a lookout for that. We'll also keep a lookout for the 9-day moving average and the 21-day crossing up as well. So let's look forward to some nice new to slowly creep up with the green candles in January. That'd be cool. Let's go to the weekly candles, and that is the weekly chart for PulseChain, covering the history there. And it's been a pretty down chain there. And so, yeah, that's what else can you say? That's where we're at. The weekly RSI is down at 32, so not quite oversold, but we did bounce last time around this zone here. So it was around 30, 31. We're around 30, just below, under 32 right now. So a good chance that we'll bounce from here. And we've got good early signs so far. So we'll stick it to the daily. That's the daily chart there for the old PulseChain. All right, not too bad. Let's get into the rest of it. And we're going to go to the market. So we've got $4.7 million in volume at the moment. We're getting pretty used to this these days, somewhere between 3.5 to maybe 6.5 million, depending on the day of the week. We are obviously, New Year's and all that. The first in the US, still on the first. And at the moment, we've got 406,000 transactions last 24 hours. At the moment, we've got this token here. It's been around for 4 months. Can't remember what it was called. It's got no symbol on it, but it's up 40%. We've got PZen there from the old Zen ecosystem, making a bit of a move today, up 36%. Now, obviously, Zen got sold off quite a bit, and of course, X1 is ramping up, right? So we'll keep a lookout for that. I said to you, I'm not expecting a lot for Zen until well down the path because of value creation. But hey, look, that's where it's at. I probably will be doing a second show today, assuming I have enough energy. Energy, power. I need some hog energy from Dog. And I'll probably be covering Zen today, doing a second show. Not Zen, sorry, X1. So keep a lookout for that. And I may have some little alpha drops for people if they're going to be watching. They might want to watch that show. What else there? 56% is PZen. Solana, this is the pump tires Solana, 25%. We got dump tires gold coin has been doing quite well, isn't it? Up 24%. Let's have a look at that chart. So that chart's still looking pretty handsome. And we're at 00041. Now, I'm not endorsing anything, of course, you guys know. But that is the play. It is what it is. What else there? Missile from OG WebChef, up 22% as well. Panda X, this was launched by Wendy's for Tendies, right, from the Sparta crew. That's up 18% at the moment. Let's have a look at how that's going. This versus Hex, of course, which is they've sort of tied their ecosystem into. Hex is up, so I guess is up too. We're up at 3,800 of a penny right now, so not too bad. That's the daily. Let me get to the right chart here. That was the weekly. Daily, I should say. Daily chart there. That's the 4 hourly chart. There we go. All right. Dunamis, sitting around number 7, is up 18%. Been around for 28 days. Finvestor, OG WebChef again. So we've got 2 OG WebChefs there today. $1.88 is the grandparent, right? This is where it all began, I think. 13.5% on the increase there. We've got Stake ETH. This is so obviously PulseChain forked Ethereum, and this is one of those fork tokens. Or copy tokens, and it's up 12.4%, sitting at 1,100 of a penny right now for Stake ETH. Mafia. Now we haven't, we've covered Mafia briefly over the last couple of weeks, just as a just noting that it's getting pretty close to full launch, where you'll be able to do killing, and the vault profits will be accessible. Presumably, this has got to be pretty close to launching in this month. So I can't see much on the roadmap left to stop that. So presumably this is going to launch, and then we've got on-chain bet as well. I don't know. That's probably in some sort of phase launch maybe. We'll keep a lookout for that, and then also obviously PUSD ALGO. We'll talk more about that when we get up to talk about Tetra. Tetra demo out now, so it's up 11% today. It's probably not looking too bad, that chart actually. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's had a nice little rally. Look at that, nice little rally there. In terms of pulse, how's it looking? Very good, isn't it? Looking very good there. So it was down at about 17 pulse. It's now at 44 pulse per Mafia token there. So it's already breaking out, right? Already getting ready. All right, so that's kind of cool. Hex, of course, has been the big Richard Hart core that's on the move today. You can see all the peers going from number 11 all the way down to number 17. And so Hex is up now 10%. Super cheap, right? So it's cheap, man. It's ridiculous. And of course, it's almost like you just buy it and just hold it and forget about it for a little bit. And before you know it, it's going to be rated. That's how I kind of feel about it. Unity from Cryptographics is number 12, sitting in the middle there between the X's. It's up at 10% as well. It's at 6.3%, 6.3 cents. So that's holding up. Nice little green candle today on that one. Let's look at the PulseX ratio. 55. So pretty steady, isn't it? Pretty steady there. And of course, they used a lot of the liquidity money to prop up liquidity. And it's just really the buy and burn that's ticking away now. And then there we go. They're burning a lot at this price, right? Burning a lot, as I understand it. Another PulseChain copy was CDI, and of course this is up 10%. So the old compound die, and then number 21 as the world's greatest PDI printer. So another OG web shift there, up almost 10%. Coming down a bit further, DevCoin up 9%, Pulse Puppy up 9%, Vouch, the number one validator, up another 7.8%. And we know we'll probably talk about this again, but this is. We know we got, yesterday we had some buying coming in, I think, from Tru2X, right? So starting to invest in some of the blue chips, getting some of that sweet yield. So it's ticking away there on the old Vouch. What else? PGC the Grey sitting in here as well, up 7.7%. Prairie Banana out there doing a lot of work in that front, and so is the PGC official team. So that's continuing to go up there. SCADA from Nuke the Supply, really innovative tokenomics team on the PulseChain. They do some really cool stuff. That's up 7.6%. SolidX holding up at 25 cents, even though all the things are being pulled out. So, X Game, TraderBot all being closed down. TraderBot will be closed down within a few days. We haven't seen anything about the referral bonuses that should have been paid. They should have been isolated and paid separately. That has not been done at this moment. So, question mark over that. We'll see whether that happens in a couple of days or not. All right, so SCADA sitting there up 7.6%. Let's go scroll down. We've got the PulseX in the middles here, all the way down number 32. P Tiger up 6% today. That's at quarter of a penny. So this is looking like, is it falling from grace? It is. It's pretty much falling for grace there. So slow grind. I guess the rollover was probably pretty clear in here, and down it went all the way back down to 0.2 of a penny, back almost at a quarter of a penny again. And remember, the high here was up at 6,800 of a penny, so 2/3 of a cent. But the pulse ratios, guess what counts? And the pulse ratio looking pretty similar actually in profile. And we're sitting at 180 pulse per Tiger at the moment. So, they consolidate in this zone. They bounced off 153. They're at 180 now, pulse per Tiger. Then, it may continue on there. I saw a bit of tit for tat online. But we'll see. Still okay for the time being, as long as it doesn't collapses from there. That's bad. All right, so let's have a look there. We got Liberty at number 36, up 6%. Curve up 6% there at number 38. What else there? Remember, another OG web chef at number 40, up 5.6%. So anything pretty much over this level. So we've basically got about 41 coins that are doing better than approximately better than Pulse, right? So about 40 out of these top 100 peers seem to be outperforming Pulse, and that gets us to around about the incentive token. In the mix here, we've got RSI and ALGO. ALGO is a hex derivative, right? So that's up 5.3%. Most wanted. So now we're getting into the RH meme coins, the pump tires. We've got most wanted here up 5%. Doubt token here up 4.4%. So the meme coins, not quite getting as much love compared to maybe some other chains, but they're sitting there. And all the way down at number 53, we've got Pump Tires Die. Obviously, the die there, we're going to talk about that later on with Decentralize Me's bet with Eric Wall. So that's up 4% on Pump Tires Die. No magic mechanism there to get that to a peg. Not even LibertySwap's message system there. So we'll check that out. Sitting down here also at number 55 is UFO related to PDC. It's up 3.8%. 9mm there up 3.8%. You would think 9mm would be repriced, but we know PulseChain doesn't necessarily price up a lot of things rationally. It is crypto after all, so we have to take that into account. But that's where 9mm is right now. You would think it would be at least the same increase, if not greater, than the Pulse price. So that's the way I would price that. It should be. It will get re-rated at some stage, assuming Pulse does a nice rerun. But it's certainly underpriced there. What else we got going? Fitzgerald Companion there up 3.7%. Number 58. Firewall in at number 60. Swarm is at number 61, up 3.4%. Pump Tires, the official coin there, I guess, for the Pump Tires, is up 3.4%. Time dividend there. Also, see, look at this. So 9mm, time dividend, arguably blue chips on PulseChain, and not even moving up as fast as Pulse. So, in terms of percentage, so still work to be done there. So what else? We've got Bria there waiting for Coinwell and Coinaki. So, that will start picking up pace again, I guess, soon. It's currently at 23, 23,000%. I think that's right. Up 2.9%. Ape and Pulse there up 2.4%. Saw some mini-meals leaving, but they haven't left yet. They were supposed to leave at the end of the year, weren't they? Last year. But they're up 2% right now. GoPulse up 2% as well, sitting around about 5.5 cents. That gets us into the rest of them. So we won't go too many of those others, but they're all up about 1%, all the way through to number 79, and that's pretty flat, right? Pretty flat there. Looking at the ones that are down slightly on US dollar terms, Peacock, Peacock's not getting priced at either, even though it's just launched a juggernaut of an ecosystem with the tie and hooks of DeFi. The market's just moving late on that. So there we go. We're at 3/4 there. We've got Zendog, everything tied to Peacock in there. Also, that's the case there. X Game down 2%. And what else? We've got their Top Hat down 2.4%. A lot tied into Peacock as well. Emmet down 2.8%, still sitting at $1.60. And of course, Emmet there getting a lot of love there from the 2 DeFi and institutional investing, as I call it. So that's Emmet down 2%. So holding up pretty well at $1.60 at the moment. How high will it go? We will see. Hex Pump Tires up down 7% at the moment. Despite Hex being up 10%, Hex Pump Tires is not up. It's down 10%. Liquid Loans down, did I say 7%, I should say. Liquid Loans down 8%, and CDI, another 4 copy, down 9%. So those are kind of the top 100 guys. So not a lot of action there, and some definitely mispricing. Maybe we'll need a few more days of pulse rallying before we start to see some of those things get priced correctly. But that is crypto, right? So crypto money's just flowing to a lot of the short-term stuff. All right, so let's see who else is in the chat. We got Hexvader says copper and pennies. Copper and pennies. Hex was 545% higher 1 year ago. USD says Hexvader. That's very interesting. 62% higher ratio. Got me a little bag yesterday of the old Hex. Yeah, I mean, it was just too cheap, wasn't it? Too cheap. Nice buy. You probably picked off the bottom there. Good chance of that. All right, so that is where we are on the old PulseChain. Let's jump over to some of the news and check that out. So before we do that, let's have a message from our sponsor. Sponsor is myself, having a cup of coffee. All right, so welcome, guys. Welcome. If you want to be a sponsor, hit me up. Me or MVS. Hit up MVS there. All right, so let's jump over. Check this out. Let's jump over to the stream here. Oh, we're still on the same one. I was supposed to change it. That's not very good. Not very professional. No wonder I don't get a sponsor. I'm going to get sponsors. All right, so the big project that launched, of course, been around for 11 days, 12 days, 11 days, I think it's, is Tru2X, and Tru2X launched Tru2X. So that's their first launch. They're apparently going to be doing others, guys. So just take note of that. further down the track, but it was the first one of the thing. It's a heavyweight. They have done pretty well. So happy new year from the Tru2DeFi team. Start the new year off with a DeFi tool that earns sweet pulse yield. So the idea is that you earn a 2x on your pulse yield. That's the idea, right? You start a miner, and that's how you do it. You have to go into an auction, get some shares, and then start your miner. I think that's the way it all works, and you get your 2x. At the moment, we've got pulse deposits, 209 billion pulse. Amazing, right? Amazing. And remember, there's about 17 trillion in retail hands, and 209 billion has gone through Tru2X. So it's a pretty amazing. That's about 1.2% of the supply, at least the public supply, what we call public supply. That's equivalent to $276 million. So it's done pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. You know, sometimes people launch projects like this, they might raise $50,000 if they're lucky, right? They might do $10,000, but here we are at a 2.75 million. So done pretty good. Average daily volume into the protocol, 19 billions, and average daily volume about 250,000. 8,688 total miners now. The yield factor started off at 1.17 at day one, and yesterday was it day 10? Yeah, day 10. So we're on day 12. On day 12, day 10 there is 0.05, and of course SRE ownership now is of Emmet. Single-side staking. Remember, single-side staking on Emmet Farm earns you EDI, so it's very cool. You're not earning Emmet, you're earning EDI. There's a 5% buy, sell, and transfer tax on Emmet, and the 4% of that is used for EDI. So pretty cool. So you buys EDI, and that's pretty awesome. So you're earning EDI. So it's not dumpermentals on Emmet Farm. It's a real one of the sustainable factors of Emmet Farm. And now they've got 16.54%, I think it is, 5% of the pool, which is pretty amazing on the old Emmet Farm. And let's go to Emmet. Big shout out to Kairos. Kairos is the founder of Emmet, also of Cronji Farms on Sonic Chain as well. Some of you may not have known that, but he's also the founder of Cronji Farms on Sonic Chain. Also doing very well over there. What happened to my Emmet? There it is there. We're going to go Emmet Farm. Bam. Let's go. So that is Emmet and Emmet Farms. Let's go check it out. So earning EDI, single-side staking, pretty special. Now we have about 6 or 7 maybe operational farms on PulseChain, but Emmet is right at the frontier of them. And of course, we've got APRs there, 120% right now on single-side staking. We've got $205,000 in the TVL, total value locked. Remember, these are LP tokens. They get locked, so you've got to provide the liquidity. Take those LP tokens which represent your ownership of that liquidity that you provided, and then you put them into this farm and earn a secondary yield, right? Which is pretty handsome compared to the fees that you earn generally. So 120%. So 120% will give you 1.5% of your capital return every week. So every month that's about 6.8% at 120%. If you were to have that APR for a year, you'd get 120% of your capital. So that'd be really handsome there. So if you put $100 in, you work out with $220, something like that. So that's pretty cool. And it's an EDI, so you're not dumping down the Emmet price. If anything, people can go buy something else with the EDI, or they can just hold the EDI for risk management, or they could go buy more Emmet and compound, right? So there's lots of opportunities there. Kind of cool. Now, the Tru2DeFi is also in some of these other pools, like the Vouch pools. Vouch, of course, is another top tier protocol doing validating, and they also have a reflection tax as well. So they've got 2 incomes, and we can see that you can put Pulse into Vouch and get VPulse, and then you can go and put it in the farm here. And the yield at the moment 67%. The TVL is about $10,000, and then Vouch Emmet is also. So if you bought Emmet and you had Vouch, then you got the yield at the moment about 116%. So what else there? VPulse, Pulse. So if you had Pulse and you had VPulse, 16% at the moment. TVL is pretty high in there, so it looks like they're in there as well. $29,000 in there at the moment. Let's see what else. So there's a sort of some of the strategies. There's lots of top protocols sitting on the old Emmet farm that they could try and pick off. And we'll keep a lookout for that. All right. That is pretty much it on that one. And so big shout out to the Tru2X team, Tru2DeFi. And of course, it's pretty humming in the Telegram. So if you want to ask heaps of questions, get in the Telegram there for Neil. Follow Neil. He'll show you the way. I'll copy the link in there so you guys can follow Neil. Neil's, of course, a well-known, respected community member in the PulseChain. So there we go. Bam. Neil for T shares. Neil for T shares. Neil for crypto. Neil for crypto there. He's going to get me for that one. We got a couple other people in the chat there. We got Tyndall. Reposted the stream. Big shout out to Tyndall. You're awesome. Appreciate that. We got Millionaire in the house as well. Hex Flippening reposted the stream. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I do appreciate the repost, guys. All right. So I think that's it. So that is the play. Now, let me just quickly go to the show here. So we'll go into the show there, and I'll just post that Tru2X update. And you guys can check it out. There we go. There's Neil. All right. Bam. All right, let's jump over to the next update, of course, is LibertySwap. LibertySwap's bringing the alpha underpriced on the market. If a peacock is a store of value, it's underpriced. But hey, look, but the market will decide, and we'll let the market play it out. But no front running the potential value there. All right, let's scroll back down here. I just wanted to go through a few of these. We're not going through every comment because there's a lot of random stuff there too. So let's go there. So they've launched obviously LibertySwap V2. They've had a few little things that they've improved, a few little things they've adjusted based on feedback and experience. But apart from that, it's going very well indeed. Now V2 is going to be pretty powerful. So 6 hours ago, they said, "Good morning. We've reworked the crypto graphics to create shorter our railgun transaction memos, making them more user-friendly and less confusing. We are opening Ethereum mainnet to railgun balances and to wrapped ETH on PulseChain. So you can go from basically Ethereum there to PulseChain through railgun, allowing funds to flow faster in any direction there. So pretty cool. Support for stable coins is coming next. So obviously they're doing Ethereum, where you can have privacy. They've tied in Batias, so you can buy and trade with big money. And of course they're going to add stable coins. So that's very exciting. So everything going pretty well with the old LibertySwap there, making crypto anonymous again, they say. How about that? 2026 will be the year of privacy for the PulseChain. And I do like the fighting mode for LibertySwap. The only way to make a privacy and PulseChain truly user-friendly is through a wallet UI. We know they're working on that. They put out their roadmap yesterday. Developers can abstract from the complete process. Pretty cool. So that is coming. What else? Happy New Year. Lots of cool stuff there. This is a big goal for 2026 stablecoins. Yeah. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Now, obviously, they've moved to intent, which is basically the idea of having some sort of broadcast message and then letting the market sort of meet the swapping value. That's the way I understand it working. So we'll keep our tabs on that. What else we got here? Let's scroll back up here. Let's scroll up here. They had a few extra comments on their launch. Their two main contracts, Pulse contracts, base contracts, Ethereum contracts, BSC contracts. So there's a bit of disclosure there around the contracts. Kind of cool. Where is the PDI contract? Pulse, PDI, Pulse, and Peacock are still using V1. We start migration on the January the 2nd. Okay, so they're all going to migrate over then. So keep a lookout for that. This is the version 2. What else? Anything else there? I think that's it from that. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Obviously, they're going to continue to ramp up as the old LibertySwap, right? They're going to continue to ramp up the loadout. So remember with the V2, they can not only have they hooked on Batias, but they have allowed it so you can hook in DeFi, right? So Aave's coming, all that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty big deal. Stephen in house there, love and respect. Hey, love and respect. Appreciate it, Stephen. Happy New Year to you. Super Snake, good morning. Happy New Year indeed. And Happy New Year to you as well. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody watching right now. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. Great year. All right. So that is LibertySwap. So yeah, keep a tune out for that. They're going to bring so much, honestly, to PulseChain. It really is amazing. A lot of stuff is around really around the Richard Hart's vision. So we're excited about where that's going. Tetra, of course, long-awaited DeFi protocol. This is coming, and it's the actual Demo is out now. In fact, I don't know if I've got the demo link here. Let me go find the demo link. But this is Tetra. So we're going to briefly have a look at this though, because I wanted to look at the breakdown of how this might work. So let's go Tetra, and let's pull up the link here. I think it's pinned. Is it pinned again? Where is it here? I got it, guys. So bring this up. All right, bam. All right, so the demo is out. You can download this. I think it only works for Windows, so it's not something that I'm using, Apple thing. So it's not something I have here, but this is the link to the demo. You can download it. You can, do your own little sub-server for it or something like that. But you can download the installer package. It's on demo right now. These are the minimum requirements you'll need. And basically the idea is that it's a kind of a combination, I think, of Atlas and Stratus here. So Atlas, it's a Web3 front end. Well, it's no longer Web3, right? It's downloadable. But I guess you interact that way. So I guess maybe still interacting with the Web3, but it's not really, it's something you download. So I hope there's not semantics there, but the dashboard allows users to manage their Tetra user account, deploy or publish automations and strategies, and search for and manage crypto assets and track portfolio progress. So I think it's got a bit of that you can do, but really Stratus is kind of the king part there. And it is a drag and drop editor, I believe. So I haven't actually downloaded it yet myself because obviously not on a Windows environment, but that is the idea. So use Stratus to connect smart contracts, which would make it really easy, right? You interact with smart contract, you just have the functions and then you connect them up. You can set different mathematical functions for that, like sell an asset at 50% or limit orders and all sorts of stuff. So there's lots of potentiality there with Tetra. So hopefully we'll get a lot more content about that soon, and I'll do my best to try and do some stuff around that on this channel. But a big shout out to Stu, that demo is out, so pretty cool. I think they're going to be running that for about a month, and then because it's free at the moment, and then after a month it'll go commercial, and then I think there'll be some charge. And of course there is a Tetra token racing around, and I think there's a Emmet farm for one of those now too, actually. So check that out, and I know that. Fat Sammy is a big supporter as well of that project, as well as Kairos from Emmet Farms. So there's a bit of love there. In fact, part of the Emmet airdrops have got some Tetra tokens, I think, in there as well. So kind of cool. That is a Tetra. So congratulations, and we'll try and do deep dive into that and play around with that as well. Let us know if you've done that already with the old Tetra demo. It is out. So there we go. All right. So now I'll put that link actually in the on X as well. I've got to remember to do that. Sometimes I forget to do it on X, but we'll try and put it on the X live stream as well. Surely there must be a better way of doing this, but we will try and do it live. I could do it off the post there. So was it Tetra demo? And use your own discretion. All the usual safety and stuff, things apply. Although I don't think the chances are low, but once again, do your own due diligence. All right, so let's move on from there into the next big story, and that is CoinWell, guys. Everyone's got to be excited about CoinWell. It's coming, and of course, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be another offering. It's going to be a competitor, but it's also going to stand alone with its own unique tokenomics. And this is the first project coming out from Rack and Rochelle. This is going to generate some excitement before the big heavyweight DeFi protocols are coming. There will be 4 other projects coming, guys, and 2 of those, one of them will be CoinWell, the big DeFi ecosystem with stablecoin, and also CoinMafia, the big battle of the memes, and we're looking forward to that too. But the first one is CoinWell. This is going to be coin launching site, but in the same vein as Pump Tires and Pump Fund, etc. But this is going to have a massive chain access. I think it's 375 chains, and it's going to have KOL drops and other things like that. It's going to be pretty cool. Also a refund to retail, which is pretty unique. I think if it doesn't bond or something like that, you get a refund there. So yeah, let's keep a lookout. If you haven't traded, that's the key there. All right, so we had some updates from Rack and Rochelle over the last 24 hours. So let's try and go through a few of those. Now, the director for this, of course, is Mr. Wu. He's a PulseChain influencer and promoter, and or promotions, let's say. And he's also a comedian, right? Comedian here, so that's Mr. Wu. So yeah, these are like the updates over the last 24 hours. So we had a little sneak peek, right? That was pretty cool. We looked at that yesterday of the front end, which is pretty nice looking. I love the branding, and sticking with the 8, which is cool. Whitelist is 100% sold out, so there will be a light whitelist for the tokens. So there were going to be 1 billion tokens, 100 million, 90% was going to be burned. There'll be 100 million tokens basically, and of course the targeting big X's, 10,000X. I don't know, well, it's going to be pretty big. That's the idea, and it's going to have the whitelist is sold out. So if you're lucky to get on the whitelist, congratulations. We haven't actually seen the final whitelist, so we don't know exactly, as far as I know anyway. So that will still be released. But I think there's going to be about 100 people for 100 million tokens. So it's probably going to be a pretty flat allocation, I would have thought. We'll see how that plays out. Maybe there's proportional access. Obviously, you got to take your full take, right? So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, it's done in a reasonable fashion that the people can participate. So good luck to whoever's on it. Well done. So we got Rochelle says, you want to know what a CoinMafia VIP whitelist is? It's like the party before the party. Indeed it is. So there we go. It's kind of a neat little anime there. Got lots of skeletons walking around. Skeleton party. No one knows how to party like a skeleton. A skeleton party. That's pretty funny. All right, so that is from Rick and Michelle, and we got some little stuff here around Tiger Crypto God. As you guys know, I'm not really a drama channel, so we're going to move past from that. But we do have this here. So the anticipation of CoinMafia launch. So they are getting good traction with the views. So the site is in the last 7 days up 41,000 site visits. So it looks like they're at 195,000 now. So ticking away up there on the old views. I'm not sure if there's any comments in there. Let's have a look. Sometimes, I like hunting comments because sometimes you get some extra juicy stories or intel or something. What else have we got? There's some cars. We got this here. This is sort of over the last few weeks, we've been reviewing activity connected to these influencers. Mod analysis tools. Let's see here. When a CoinMafia official launches, some people will notice they are unable to participate. That isn't a bug. And it isn't random. It's an outcome of earlier public behavior and engagement there. So, getting on the whitelist, it was supporters really. Basically, that's what he's saying. If you supported them, you get on the whitelist. Pretty much that. So we're looking forward to CoinMafia, and hopefully it's going to be coming soon. We've certainly got to have the token launch, I guess, coming up first. With the whitelist and then the launch itself. So keep a look out for that, guys. It's coming. All right. So that's pretty much it for the project updates. Now, obviously, sitting out there in the ether is Vouch369, the big multi-chain, multi-liquidity fork from Fast Abdul. So we're keeping, waiting for that to come. The other ones, obviously, after Tetra, we would get Signum. So question mark, that's going to open there. I know that Stu has said, that's a bit later. In terms of, we've just focused on the current launch. It's always a bit later because, once they actually launch the main thing, it's they're just trying to focus on that. It's sort of human nature. And then secondly, we presumably with the demo for Tetra, that may be enough for Jacob to do a PUSD roadmap. So that's going to be interesting. See whether we get that based on the demo. Otherwise, you'd be waiting for February, right? Because then you've got the commercial version. So we'll see how that goes and keep an outlook for that. Obviously, Jacob's got his other projects, Mafia and On-Chain Bet. But PUSD ALGO really is the flagship from our point of view. We're very excited about where that could go for the PulseChain. And that'd be the third coin in the stablecoin trilemma and contribute to that, right, with the algorithmic stablecoin. So we're looking forward to that. And they're going to have 2.0 changes, so we're looking for that too. So that's coming up. That will be the last big sacrifice project on PulseChain I'm aware of that will be launching. All right, so that's the outstanding there. Currently, the value is worth around about 200K on the collateral. We'll see how that goes moving forward. So that's kind of some of the things there. What else? We went through all that. So yeah, and then we've got like 4 projects coming from Rack and Michelle, so CoinWell, CoinArchy, etc. So there's quite a few stuff, big projects expected to come into January and maybe flow into February. But January should be a pretty heavyweight month for launches on PulseChain. So that's kind of cool. Good timing. All right, so that's kind of where we are with the launches. Let's go into PruveX. PruveX course is ticking away. Let's bring up the old thing. Had to refresh. We've got 40 minutes to go, guys, until the end of day 51. So we're ticking away through phase 2. There's 3 phases. Phase 2 there, ticking away. The current rate is $6.16 for 10,000 points plus the volume rank bonus, depending on how much you sacrifice relative to everybody else. And then we've got about to start day 52. So we're going to jump from $6.16 to $6.55 on day 52. And then we've only got 2 more days after that. So 3 days left to go before we get to the end of phase 2. That's the end of the volume multiplier bonus. So that's it after that. By the time we get to day 54, which is on the 4th of January, it will be $7.39. So if we're $16.16 now, it's going to be $7.40 by the time we get to the last day of phase 2, day 54, on the 4th of January. Then we start the final phase 3, and that's when the sparks fly, guys. Well, potentially when the sparks fly. But we got no volume rank bonus. We've got 5 days to go after that. It will finish on the 59th, and it will be going up at 75% of the flat rate there. And by the time we get there at the end of day 59, which is the last day, day 5 of phase 3, it will be the 9th of January. And that will be $10.01 for 10,000 points, and no volume bonus, right? No volume bonus in that period, that third phase. And of course, we expect to see the OA sacrifice, right? A whole ton of ETH. Probably one in excess of $100 million in ETH, probably 150 million or something like that. We'll see, but it's going to be pretty big, and that depends on how much of the points they want, right? So let's have a look at this. It's going to pop up in a minute. Let's see. One moment, caller. Oh, there we go. So we're at $16.4 million US value. That really hasn't changed for a long time. 320 billion points hasn't changed either. So these points are what's going to determine the supply. So, I mean, how much is he going to take? 85%, 95%, we will see. But that's also going to affect the amount of dollars that would arguably go in here, right? So that's the way he's going to do it, assuming he does what he's done in the past and he wants control over the system and using the same approach. That's what we might expect him to see happen there. So keep a lookout for that, guys. Keep a lookout for that. So that's only a couple of days, potentially, the big sparks. We shall see. All right. Presumably, a lot easier to do it on day 55, right? With that first day rate. All right. So let's see how that all happens. It's going to be a bit of fun talking about that in a few days. That is pretty much ProvX, and we're about to start day 52. Anything else? Nothing else, really. All right, let's jump over to some of the action here. So we've got decentralized me, right? So decentralized me is kind of one of the 2 main thinkers, I guess, behind the PDI, at least public thinkers, and what do you call them? Opinion writers or something that has done the PDI narrative, right? So decentralized me made a bet with Eric Wall. And Eric Wall's made how many bets? 6 bets, I think. 6 bets so far, I think it is, with different people on the PulseChain, I believe. And this is, I think it's inclusive of this one, 6 bets, and with some of the very well-known influencers. And this was another bet. Now, as you guys know, most of the community realizes making bets when you don't control the outcome is not wise. But apparently, some people don't get that one, and they make bets that they can't control, right? It happens over and over again. These are very smart people. I don't know. I just don't get it. They're very smart people, but they keep making these bets that they don't control. All right. And so here we are. Decentralized me's come out after the close of the bet in the end of the year. The bet was basically that I think by maybe midnight, approximately, sometime at the end of the 31st, that PDI was to be $1. All right, that's kind of the idea. I think was the bet, but of course that was just the chances of that were just astronomical, right? But decentralized me has responded and after the bet and said, okay, the bet is still on, now framed so the thesis will actually be tested. The trigger is no longer a calendar date. So he's actually missed that, right? So that's missed. So the bet was lost. Basically, the bet was lost. But the moment PDI is surfaced in the one-to-one railgun routes, one caveat for sequencing nuance: if LibertySwap initially stages with wrap PDI, the thesis isn't considered tested until the native PDI to native EDI is live or 90 days pass without that route. So basically, he's making another bet, but pretending it's the old bet. That's kind of the thing. Looking forward to Eric's heartfelt video when this resolves properly. But unfortunately, until that day, I'm a front bum. So there we are, PDI to $1 there. So that's kind of the play there. Obviously, the bet was lost, but we'll see what happens with all that. More stuff out there, but it was a pretty bet. So rule number 1: don't make bets that you don't control the outcome. Rule number 2: if you do know the outcome, you're a fraudster. All right, so have you ever seen those guys on the streets and they come up to you and they go, "Hey man, I just won all this money in lotto and I want to feeling good. I want to give you some money. You want to play this card game or this trick game or whatever?" And of course, it's all a scam, right? It's just a scam, and they just take all your money, right? It's just be careful out there, guys. Be careful. All right, so that is pretty much it for today. We're at 55 minutes on the hour. So yeah, what's the news? Green candles. We got the majors looking all right. PulseChain's up 5% or so, and let's see, we got good moving averages and stuff, RSI and stuff on the charts for a move higher, both on the 4 hourly, 1 hourly, etc., daily, etc. We've all got it. So let's see if we can get a bit of a pickup, even before the 10th of January, when it's kind of typically holiday period. Obviously picking up Hex and stuff, man, it's so super cheap right now, guy. The volumes are crazy good, and you can just buy them and sit on them for a while, but also lowers your average as well. Once again, you've got to do your own due diligence, financial advice, and all that sort of stuff. Well, we didn't see any God mode candle from Richard. We saw quite a few little messages, discussing stuff on X, but no real God mode candles, so we didn't get to see that or a message there. We did get a Happy New Year from Richard, so we might as well quickly look at that. Let's have a quick look at Richard's Happy New Year. And it was from him. So let's scroll down there. Let's scroll down. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. That's the Happy New Year. So that was from Richard. Happy New Year to everyone. So let's give that a repost. And that is from Richard. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to him. And what else we got there? Happy New Year from LibertySwap. Happy New Year from Sean O'Malley. A big shout out to Sean. Fast Abdul, Happy New Year's. Nick Hellman, I still have several hours to enjoy. PulseChain store, Happy New Year. Gerardo, Happy New Year. Axis Alive, Happy New Year. Pre Banana, Happy New Year. Sammy Chica, Happy New Year. Emmett, Happy New Year. Man, everyone's just Happy New Year. Pretty cool. So you know what I have to do? I have to write Happy New Year, don't I? Happy. I've got to put that. I've got to see it so I can see it. My typing online is never very friendly. Happy New Year, Richard, and the PulseChain and Hexagon communities. 2026 is our year. How about that? That's bullish. So let's put little emoji, little fires. And I love the fire and emojis. A little GIF. Let's do a little GIF. Let's see if there's. You would think they would have GIFs as default as the New Year's, wouldn't you? There we go. Let's put that one. That's kind of cute. Let's go. Bam. All right. That is out and about right now. So that is kind of cool. That is Happy New Year. So that was from Richard. Very cool. And let's see what happens this year, right? PROVEX finishing on the 10th of January. Where are we going from here, guys? Where are we going from here? That's all we can say. We've got Randy Alasky in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Randy, and family as well. Big shout out there. So kind of cool. It's good times, guys. I'm feeling good. So should we go? We've got a bit more. We've got 2 more minutes or something. So what do we got coming up? Let's look at the pros, and we'll do the cons first, right? And then we'll do the pros. Then we finish on the high. So the cons coming up. We've got the interest rate cuts. I think it's 26th of January. Low percentage of that at the moment, 70% or something. So that's about 3.5 weeks away. We've got the what else? We've got the other con is the Supreme Court and the emergency use of tariffs. That's going to be January or February, as I understand it. The decision on that should go in Trump's favor. Be a disaster if it doesn't. But Trump, have other alternatives to raise other revenue. But the real use of it has been reorganizing the World Trade Order. And that's been very, very good. It's long overdue, decades overdue. So if you hear anyone say it's crazy, they're dreaming. We've been waiting for this for decades. So it's really cool. So we've got that happening. So yeah, what do we say? Interest rates, tariffs, Supreme Court, government shutdown. Dems trying on again. It didn't work very well for them last year. They really want to do it for the midterms. They think it's a winner. Probably not a winner. So caused a lot of havoc last year with paying employees. A lot of them were Democrats, and also with information, that data that comes out for economy and everything else. So are they going to really do a round two? They're crazy. They might just do it. And then, of course, we've got midterms coming up as well. And I think there was one more thing, wasn't there? Oh, yeah, we've got a new Fed chair nominee. That's going to be interesting. And Jerome Powell out in May. So we'll be watching all that. So some of the potential volatilities. I don't think I missed any from there. On the positives, we've obviously got huge positives. I mean, we've got everything. We've got monetary policy is the wind behind our sails. We've got interest rates, cycle is happening, even though it's January is a bit of a dip at the moment, at least at the moment. And then we've got monetary expansion. So we're seeing a lot of Fed activity, which we hadn't seen for quite a few years, start buying up the old bond market and pumping money in the economy. We saw some record numbers the last couple of days in particular. We're in a new year now, so it's going to be really interesting to see that increase. There's a lot of other issues around that too. So we've got, obviously monetary printing, M2 supply at record highs, interest rate cuts. So the monetary policy, super supportive of risk-on assets and keep pumping, right? We've also seen some mega things around, obviously, gold, silver rally, potentially get some rotation back into crypto from that. And that's another big theme. Obviously, M2 monetary supply to that is a big thing as well. The manufacturing index has been below 50. So that's been the case for, was it 25 weeks or something? So a pretty long time now. So if that reverses, that's game on for crypto too. So we've got a lot of those sort of correlations, let's say, so in our favor. Obviously, turning from monetary policy, we've got the real economy. Trump with $21 trillion invested this year, in 2025. And we saw some of that play out in the last two GDP numbers were absolutely fantastic. And I think we had the last quarter was 4.3% GDP, and the Fed had picked at something like 1.5%. So the Fed doesn't know what they're doing, firstly, and secondly, Trump is going to outperform on that. And of course, those GDP numbers are going to set the stage for the golden age of America, right? So we're expecting that to go potentially to 5 to 6% at the top of the market, and maybe 6% plus, guys. I mean, it's not, it's what they're doing is the ultimate. They're treating the U.S. economy like a balance sheet and an income statement, and they're maximizing, optimizing it all. So it's pretty awesome. From the last year, of course, we saw the tax bill go through, and no tax on tips, etc., all that sort of stuff. And now, IRS has already talked about lots of big refund checks coming. We've also got the soldiers getting $776 to 1.45 million soldiers, so that's more money, potentially tariff money as well. So there's lots of money coming in, and the only way you satisfy that without causing inflation is by expanding the supply, and that's what we see Trump doing, right? So from the tax bill, we also saw 100% tax expensing. In other words, a lot of capital investment being made in addition to all the capital being raised at 21 trillion. And of course, that's a lot of investment happening, particularly in AI and a lot of energy AI. If you're going to win the AI battle, you also got to win the energy battle too, right? You got to have a low cost of energy. So that's going to be happening, and we see a lot of stuff around fusion and fission happening in the space, and micro nuclear as well. So there's a lot of advancements happening there. Obviously, oil and gas, blowing up. We're seeing the oil price come down $20. I mean, that's going to probably continue to go down, and Trump's targeting below $2 a barrel. $2 a gallon. I think it's about $2.75, $2.80 is the average at the moment in America. So it's just game on. Obviously, the lower the energy, the boom, 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 and all that capital investment, all the latest techs. We are in the intelligence age. It's going to be great and scary at the same time, especially if we see humanoids walking around the place. That's probably the most scariest thing in some ways. So yeah, it's going to be crazy in that point of view. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. So we've got the real economy, we've got monetary policy, we've got fiscal management, which is unbelievable. So the three big issues, of course, trade deficits, 1.3 trillion, the government deficit, federal deficit, 2 trillion, 2.3, and then the federal deficit, the budget deficit there is 38 trillion. So all those three issues is what Trump's dealing with. He's been obviously reorganizing the trade, and of course getting that deficit down, and also the trade deficit, and also he's done Doge and everything else. Getting the expenditure down for the Federal Reserve, except for military, which he's had to increase. So that's kind of the play. And then finally, the budget public debt, he's going to pay that. He's got a number of mechanisms going to pay that down. And GDP growth marching towards 5-6%. That's going to make that a dream, right? Because the tax take will be amazing. So lots of things happening in the space there. In addition to that, of course, he's after Greenland for the greater United States. Maybe even Alberta will pop in there by the end of his term. We'll see. The question marks, but certainly pushing for Greenland. So yeah, we may in the future be talking about the greater United States. Sounds like something out of a game, but it's definitely on the play there. All right, so those are some of the awesome stuff. Everything's aligned. Basically, everything's aligned. And then what's on top of that? So we've talked about monetary policy, talked about the real economy, talked about the fiscal management, and of course, what's number 4? The big one, the crypto policies, right? So the Genius Act, the Clarity Act, the Crypto Restructure Act, the SEC tokenization, all that sort of stuff is coming, and all those people are pretty bullish about the months ahead and the next 2 years in particular. So 26, 27, the golden age of America. We've got those 4 big pillars, guys, and it looks amazing. So get excited with a bit of volatility from some of those other factors that we mentioned before. All right, so kind of cool. That's where we are. And we're just going to ignore, any Chinese Taiwan issue. Let's ignore that, even if it happens in real life. I'm just kidding. All right, we've got AJ in house there. Let's go 2026. Absolutely true DeFi, absolutely crushing it. 209 billion pulse in there already inside 12 days. Amazing stuff. Randy Alaski says, I will stay bearish until mid-year. That is when things get really interesting. Absolutely, Randy, that is true. So a lot of those short-term challenges that I did say are in the first half of the year. That's when we could have the most volatility for sure. All right, kind of cool there. The other thing I was going to say is, what is it? The strategic ETH reserves. I mean, they're just continuing to buy. So millions more of ETH to be scooped up there from, the strategic reserves, particularly Tom Lee leading the way there. So, and they're started staking over $1 billion of that already. So that's just going to continue to ramp up. So we're expecting quite a nice run there for the old Ethereum. Both Raoul Paul, Tom Lee, of course, bulls. In other words, they have very bullish positions. They're pretty excited that if we did get a sudden rally and a real high in January, February, then it's pretty much the 4-year cycle broken. That sort of is the expectation there. We'll see. That'd be pretty dramatic, but hey, we're in crypto. It all happens everything happens in like 20 days in the year. All right. What else there? We got a couple more comments in there. We got Happy New Year peeps from Rip City. And we've got Fast Abdul in the house as well. I'm here for the tech. We're here for the tech as well. Looking forward to Vouch 369, Fast Abdul. And of course, January is here. So Vouch, the Vault, sorry, it's going to be here soon. Looking forward to it. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I may very well be doing a second show later on, not on PulseChain, but on X1 with all the latest developments there. So there's some pretty sneaky stuff. With around XDEX, it's kind of launched in beta version. Early opportunities for early adopters, and I see some little tasty coins in there already. We're going to go through all that at the moment. So get ready. If you don't understand how X1 works, how to get on there and all that stuff, we're going to do it. We're going to cover it today. So you look forward to that. It's going to be fun, very insightful. And get first mover advantage. Now, if you guys haven't joined Strategy Club, the link's in the video description, pinned to the top of the X platform. And if you haven't joined Randy Alaski has the No Permissions Club. So my club's an Intel club. His club's in a kind of an investment club. So if you want to get into an investment club as well, check out Randy Alaski and his No Permissions, which is pretty much the biggest one out there. So go check that out and get some opportunities in there too. All right, I think that's it, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the same day PulseChain coverage, but I'll probably be streaming later on today regarding X1, so look forward to that. We had a huge crowd watching last time. I think it was 900 people or something, so looking forward to that. Always a great crowd. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll catch you then. Bye for now.